Here, this is the Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Naruto was the grandson of Tobirama, Senju, and Madara Uchiha? So, what's it called? Let me first, go in the beginning of, well, Madara and, well, Tobirama. So, of course, Madara's brother still died because of Hashirama, from Tobirama. Of course, Madara hates Tobirama and all that when peace was happening with Hashirama and all that. Of course, we go into Madara kind of having a child when, what's it called, Hashirama was Hokage. So, yeah. Of course, Hashirama wants to make Madara the Hokage or Tobirama. He's thinking, by the way, he's just like, who the hell should I make? Well, yeah. Also, no, wait. Can I have something? Yeah. So, Madara still wasn't thinking of marriage and all that, or Tobirama. And of course, well, Hashirama wanted them to kind of be married. Of course, that didn't really happen. So, yeah. Of course, is where we go into, well, Madara still kind of betraying a bunch of things, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Madara, what's it called? Well, Hashirama still had a child and all that, and that was Tsunade and all that. So, yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Madara was going to betray the village and all that. Until when he was going to fight Hashirama, and she still bite him and still got the Rinnegan and all that. Well, kind of got the Rinnegan, and was about to use it against Hashirama. They kind of find Tobirama kind of struggling. They hear like this battle happening. And of course, well, both Madara and Hashirama stop to go to see what the hell is happening. They walk silently towards the battle. And it's Tobirama fighting against, well, what's called some Kiri ninjas trying to get what's called Hashirama's daughter. Or granddaughter mostly. Or, yeah, granddaughter most. You think? No. We want granddaughter. It's Tsunade. So yeah, of course the war would still happen, blah blah blah, with those other two. But yeah, of course is where, well, Kiri is saying, "Oh, you are Senju. Sorry, but we don't need you. We need Tsunade Senju, cause we want her and Kiri." Of course, we're Madara and Tobirama. Of course, Hashirama's weakened. Madara said, what's it called? I don't like Kiri at all. Of course, is where Madara jumped down and says, "Hello there, Toriyama, you fucking loser." Toriyama says, "Do you really gotta insult me while you're while I'm getting my ass kicked?" Yes, Madara said, "Definitely. I fucking hate you." Well, I fucking hate you too. This is where, well, how should I say? Both Madara and Tobirama are just fucking hating each other while in the middle of the battle. While Hashirama says, "Can you two shut up? Madara, can you please fucking help me?" Madara says, "Why? Right now I'm being evil. I want to make world peace. Please. Please. Can you just do this once?" This is where Madara says, "Fine, I'll help your brother Tobirama. But after this, can I kill him?" Hashirama said, "No." Madara says, "Fine, I will help him." Both Tobirama and Madara decide to fight against the Kira ninjas. And, well, we go into somewhat of 30 seconds later. Yeah, the Kira ninjas really got their asses whooped when Madara showed up with his Rinnegan. And Tobirama did use water style, while Madara uses majestic flames to burn them alive. So, yeah. Of course, Tobirama and Madara have some good teamwork. But Madara just looks at him and still fucking hates him, while Toriyama looks at him and just still fucking hates him also. Of course, they both just glare at each other. One with kind of red eyes, one with the other one having just purple eyes. This is where, well, Tsunade's happy and hugs both Madara and Toriyama and says, "Thank you, Uncle Madara, and thank you, Toriyama's uncle." Yeah. So yeah, Uncle Madara, and this is where Madara kind of just says, "I do want my legacy to continue on." And so this is where he thinks about it. He says, "I want my legacy to continue on, just so I can just laugh at Tobirama's fucking legacy dying." Of course, Tsunade doesn't count. This is where Madara says that out loud. This is where Toriyama says, "Oh yeah, you really want to talk about my legacy? Yeah, it seems that you have no luck with women." This is where Toriyama says, "Oh really? Do you really have to really fucking be annoying when I'm in the middle of the battle? Or not middle of the battle, when I'm kind of hurt? Talk about fucking weird, look at fucking eyes." This is where Madara says, "Their eyes. You have red eyes. Calm the fuck down." This is where Tobirama says, "Urgh." This is where Hashirama says, "Please, can you two calm down?" He grabs what's called Tsunade and says, "Tsunade, why won't you wear your, what's it called, parents?" Tsunade says, well, what's it called? They were kind of doing something. I don't know where they went. This is where Hashirama says, "God damn it. Okay, we gotta bring you back." This is where, well, Madara and Toriyama right now arguing with this shit and other about legacies. So, of course, this is where Madara, he isn't really put on trial because he kind of confessed that he was kind of talked by a dark figure. And this is where Hashirama says, "Akira Ninja. Sure, why not? Let's just go with that. I don't know what the fuck it was." And so they just put Madara got Genjutsu. So yeah. Which is somewhat truth. But yeah. Of course, we go into Madara and, well, Tobirama kind of are arguing each other about who's going to get what's called second, being the second Hokage. And, well, yeah, Hashirama didn't actually decide on who was actually going to become the second Hokage. It's either his brother or his brother that's in Uchiha, Madara. So his longtime best friend or his brother, and he still hasn't decided. Of course, both Hashirama, both Tobirama and also Madara has made different points of like why they should be Hokage. And Madara then says, "You realize your brother's fucking racist." And then Tobirama says, "I'm not." Bullshit. This is where Hashirama says, "Sure you're not. You realize you're racist to my kind, to my people." This is where also Madara is not part of the Uchiha. He just doesn't like being part of the Uchiha no more. Because, well, they didn't rise the fuck up and help him. So, yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Hashirama says, "That is true." This is where Hashirama thinks about it. And thinks of something very perverted. And just says, "How about this? You two find someone suitable for each other. And, well, marry that person. And then I'll think of, like, making who's second Hokage." This is where both Madara and Tobirama fucking blushes and say, "The fuck is this fucking request?" And this is where Hashirama says, "Well, I mean, we gotta continue the Uchiha bloodline and the Senju bloodline." This is where there's multiple Senju still alive and all that, and Uchihas. And this is where both Madara and Tobirama says, "That's bullshit. You're just making that shit up for being the second Hokage. Who's gonna be the second Hokage?" This is where Hashirama says, "Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. No one needs to know about that." This is where Madara and Toriyama were about to just start murdering Hashirama. And we go into a 20-minute kind of run away from both Madara and Toriyama, while Hashirama is running away from both of them. Of course, Madara is like saying that Hashirama's over here, and Tobirama follows him and tries to murder, well, his brother. So yeah. Of course, Hashirama's running away, saying, "No, please, please, I'm just kidding." But yeah. After a while, finding Hashirama and kicking his ass, but punching him mostly in the head and telling him to stop being perverted, we go into, well, the second war somewhat. So, of course, well, Hashirama still went into the first war, still captured the Bijus. Kurama was captured, put onto Minato, his wife. That's still what happened and all that. And, of course, well, the second war, blah, blah, blah. They kind of decide to kind of put Madara and Tobirama as a second Hokage, like both of them. Of course, they hated the fact that they're sharing power. But Hashirama says, "Yeah, you two would be fine." So, yeah. Of course, what's it called? Madara did find himself a wife and all that. And still had, well, not still, had a child named, what's it called? He wanted to name this child basically from his, like, last dead brother. So basically, he named him Azuna Uchiha. So yeah, Azuna Uchiha Jr. So yeah, just to remind him about Azuna, his youngest brother, before Tobirama fucking murdered him. But yeah, of course, this is where Tobirama did also find himself a wife. But this wife is actually, well, she was actually from a clan called Yuki. So it's kind of, she's actually able to use ice style, and Tobirama like that. Also, Madara's wife was not really much of an Uchiha. But this person, she was actually from the, what's it called? How should I say? She was actually part of from a clan that was called the Hokage. It was only a small clan. And of course, she didn't have great hair, but she was actually specialized in lightning. And also from the Kurama clan. And the Kurama clan was still kind of a small clan, but she had black hair and red eyes. Well, yeah. So, of course, well, she did have somewhat white hair a little bit, but yeah. So, of course, she specialized in Genjutsu and Lightning Jutsu. So, of course, Madara kind of fell in love because of her red eyes, kind of reminded him of the Sharingan. But yeah, of course, that happens. And of course, well, not Azuna. I'm gonna call him, Azuma. Similar to Azuna, but Azuma. Azuma Uchiha. So yeah. So of course, Azuma Uchiha is born, and Tobirama Senju had a kind of daughter. He had a daughter and not a boy, and he was kind of sad, but then again, he didn't care that much. So yeah, he wanted for his daughter to continue the legacy of the Tobirama Senju, and make sure that the fucking Uchiha named Madara Uchiha doesn't continue his fucking legacy. But of course, his daughter is named, her name was Arashi Senju Yuki. So, of course, well, she is basically from Senju clan, and of course, half Yuki and all that. While Azuma was, well, half Uchiha, and, well, Kurama and Hokage. So, of course, yeah. Also, well, the Hokage, she was actually, the sister of, Kakashi's father, so yeah. Or not Kakashi's father, like Kakashi's grandfather, okay? So yeah. So, of course, with that happening, yeah. Now, of course, she just had, Azuma, and yeah, Tobirama had Ashida. So yeah. Of course, they both kind of start growing up. Of course, they actually are in the same classroom with Minato and Kushina. So yeah. So of course, when the Raikage still wanted Ninja to go take Kushina, they also took Ashira, basically Toriyama's Senju's daughter. So yeah, of course, Madara was looking for Azuma, because, well, he wanted to train Azuma, and he didn't find Azuma in the house or at all. Of course, Tobirama Senju was fucking worried about his daughter, and of course, I should also mention that, Haruzen then became the third Hokage. Of course, Madara and Tobirama, they haven't really aged that much, but yeah. Of course, it worked well. Haruzen was, like, hearing about that the Cloud Village wants to smoke again, so yeah. So, of course, is where he wanted to send ninjas to find about Kushina Uzumaki, because they've heard of Kushina Uzumaki becoming the new Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. But also, well, kind of yeah, find her and also find Tobirama's daughter. So yeah, he kind of sent ninjas to go find them. Of course, where Minato kind of saw red hair, but also white hair. He was confused when he was finding the track, but also Azuma Uchiha was like right behind him, and of course Azuma was like right next to him. Of course, this is where Minato was kind of shocked and saw Azuma. This is where Azuma saw the white hair. And this is where Azuma saw the red hair also. And this is where Minato's like, what the? Aren't you Azuma Uchiha? Madara's son? This is where Azuma kind of told him to shush. Because Azuma doesn't really talk that much or anything at all. So, of course, this is how Azuma Uchiha looks like. And this is how, well, Ashura kind of looks like. So, yeah. Of course, this is where Azuma just says, come on, let's just keep going. This is where, well, Minato follow along with Azuma. So, of course, when they're kind of looking around, of course, they see, well, Ashura and also Kushina are kind of crying. They really don't want to be, like, taken to Kuma or anything like that. Until they hear kind of battling. Of course, when the battle is kind of, like, happening and all that, they just kind of see clang in like, the air and all that. Clang in, well, not see clang. They see the sparks of metal kind of clanging and all that. Or hitting each other. And of course, Azuma Uchiha already activated Sharingan, while Minato's right now being fast as fuck and easily killing one of the Kuma ninjas and actually saving Kushina. Of course, it's where, well, Azuma Uchiha says, Fire Cell, Fireball, Great, what's it called? Not Fire Cell. He says, Fire Cell, Fire Blizzard, not Blizzard, Fire Blaze style. He sends 2, like, Fire Blasts at the Kuma ninjas. They were not reacting fast enough. Now, Fire Blaze is just what's called a just straight line of attack, and the 2 Kuma ninjas didn't react fast enough, and they get burned. Of course, they did, well, kind of. One Kuma ninja managed to get Ashida and tried to run away. Of course, Minato couldn't really, like, help Azuma. Of course, Azuma is fast enough to be right in front of the ninja, and this is where Azuma kicked him right in the face, knocking him into the tree and all that, while Azuma says, lightning star, lightning sparks. Well, not lightning sparks. He says, lightning star, lightning murder. And he grabbed the Kuma ninja and just shocked him to death. Now, of course, Kuma ninjas aren't high resistance to lightning, so yeah. And of course, well, Azuma Uchiha has a very high infinity for lightning. His lightning is actually purely black. So yeah, or not. Actually, yeah, like black. So yeah. Of course, this is where when Ashura was kind of falling from the sky and all that, she says, This is where Azuma did kind of grab her, kind of pride herself and all that. And this is where Azuma says, are you okay? Azuma's kind of blushing and all that. Of course, Kushina is very happy for a minute to kind of save her and all that. And this is where Azuma kind of appears next to him and says, did you grab Kushina Uzumaki? This is where Minato nodded, and of course, this is where, what's it called? Azuma Uchiha says, okay, then let's go before, well, my father gets angry of where I have been. You gonna kill me? This is where Ashida says, thank you, Azuma Uchiha. This is where, well, Azuma Uchiha says, yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, they are, well, kind of blushing. So yeah. Because Azuma Uchiha is right now holding her idol cell. And this is where we go into a time skip. Well, a time skip about a couple of, like, hours. Of course, Kuma has decided to declare war on the Leaf Village, and that will be the Third Great War. Of course, Hashirama did die, which was called, I should say, Haruzen was sad. Tobirama and Madara kind of sad also when that happened. In a war of, like, the first and second war. The third war was now caused by Kuma now. So yeah. Or what? Well, not caused. What's it called? Still not caused. No. That still won't happen. Of course, it's where, well, Kuma's kind of getting angry and actually about to start war with what's called the Leaf Village until the Leaf Village tells him to shut up or something. Before Madara comes down there and gives him the fucking smoke. And yeah, that's the problem. What they're kind of scared of. They're kind of scared of the Uchiha Madara or Tobirama to come down to Kuma and just give him the fucking smoke. Because they are actually part of, well, the strongest god-level shinobis right now. Even though Hashirama died, doesn't matter that even though he died, there's Madara and Tobirama still about to give him the fucking smoke if he doesn't shut the fuck up. Yeah. Of course, it's where, well, what's it called? Madara was kind of happy for Azuma to be back. Of course, what's it called? Madara's wife is also very happy. And, of course, Ashida just went back to, well, what's it called? Ashida? Yeah, that's what Ashida. Ashida just means storm in Japanese, so yeah. So, of course, she's just back with, like, her parents and all that. with her, mother, that's Yuki and all that. So yeah, and also her father, who's Tobirama Senju. But yeah, of course, this is where we go into somewhat a time skip of them kind of being all 16. Like Minato and Kushina start kind of dating and all that. Of course, Azuma is right now old enough and being 16, and as she has awoken the EMS, well, kind of switch with his fathers to kind of activate the EMS, and also be able to use the Renegon. So, of course, he's able to use the Renegon just like his father and all that. He just had to kind of get Senju blood. Now, how did he do that? Well, Toriyama was not kind enough to do it, but Madara was kind enough to do it. When I mean Madara just stabbed Toriyama one time and took some of his blood and just like ran towards for his like son. Of course, Toriyama was pissed, but yeah. Of course, Azuma can like deactivate his like Rinnegan and all that. So yeah. But yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Ashira is right now 16, and she is, well, kind of, well, not kind of taller than what's called Azuma. Azuma is like, well, 6'5", while Ashira is like she's 6'3", I'm gonna say. So yeah, they are pretty tall for being only 16. Of course, this is where Madara and Toriyama kind of did find out from Haruzen that he was what's called. Haruzen says, Madara, Tobirama, I would like to tell you about your daughter and son. And of course, this is where Tobirama says, my daughter is actually the greatest and stronger than Azuma Uchiha. And Madara kind of just glared at him and says, shut the fuck up. You realize, you see here, my son is way stronger. He's able to kick your ass easily. And even your daughter. This is where, well, Haruzen says, the problem is with those two. I'm not saying they aren't strong, but they're kind of, how should I say, dating. Both Toriyama and Madara say, they were kind of just drinking tea. And of course, Toriyama was kind of mad and he was just drinking. And of course, when they heard that news, they went, the fuck? Haruzen said, yeah. Now, of course, Madara and Toriyama kind of like the age and all that. Of course, this is where, well, they say, oh, hell nah. Our legacy is not going to be combined. Haruzen says, why not? Wouldn't that make you, wait, Madara, wouldn't that make you kind of like part of Hashirama's family? Madara says, yes, but it will also be making me part of his family. He looks at Toriyama and points at him. And this is where Toriyama says, that is true. I don't want to be a part of your fucking family, you Uchiha bastard. This is where Madara says, oh yeah, you fucking white-haired prick. At least, this is where like they'll keep fighting. And Haruzen says, this was probably a bad idea to reveal their relationship. Well, they're concerned. This is probably going to go on for so long. Maybe we should get some popcorn. Ooh, yeah, I should probably get some popcorn. So he went to go get some popcorn, came back. They are still arguing. And of course, well, Madara refuses and Toriyama also refuses. Now, of course, when Azuma got back home and Ashira got back home, of course, Toriyama was pissed. And Madara was also pissed at his son and, well, Toriyama at his daughter. This is where both, what's it called? Well, the wives of, well, Madara Toriyama got the information from Haruzen about how their son, well, for the Uchiha, their son is kind of talking and dating the Senju girl from Tobirama. Yeah. Of course, yeah. Of course, this is where both, well, the wives already know each other and actually are friends. While, what's it called, the Madara and Toriyama hate each other. But yeah. Oh shit, I gotta get to something. But yeah, with that happening, Madara refuses to, like, he even tells the son, don't you dare fucking talk to her ever again. And of course, this is where, well, his wife kind of smacked him with the fucking pan, knocking him out. Of course, this is where, well, Madara is actually knocked out, KO, and knocked the fuck out. While, well, she just tell her son to ignore your father's fucking complaints and do whatever you want. So yeah. Of course, this is where Toriyama was about to do the same thing until his wife knocked him out like hell. She just went bam straight to the head, knocking him out. He is knocked the hell out cold, and well, she just told her daughter to ignore your father and to whatever you want to. Just ignore him, and yeah. This is where we go into a time skip of when they are kind of old enough. Now, of course, what's it called? Azuma did kind of have a team and all that. A team, well, kind of not full of Uchiha. Well, a team with an Uchiha, like, one Uchiha that's able to use the Sharingan and all. A boy that has, well, whitish, kind of brownish hair. And, of course, he's a Hokage. He's actually, well, what's it called? Well, I should say, what's it called? Kakashi's younger brother, Zakaren. So, yeah. And also, well, what's it called? A girl who with reddish hair, who is named what's called, Karana. So, yeah. So, of course, they are all kind of on the team with what's called Zuma. And he even does talk to Minato, like, keep in touch and all that. So, of course, it's called Madara and Tobirama still died of, like, well, in the war and all that. And, of course, the Third Great War was kind of between what's called with, like, Minato and the other. So, yeah, that was still kind of happen. So, of course, Obito still kind of gets crushed by that rock. But he doesn't really die from the rock. He actually just managed to survive. But, of course, half his body's crushed. So, yeah. Of course, Kakashi, on the other hand, he does get a cut in his eye. And he does have to be a replacement on it. So, of course, what's it called? Obito's still kind of, well, what's it called? Actually, no, Obito's still evil, okay? So that won't change. Rin still dies from, well, Kakashi. Because Kakashi says the fastest way to a girl's heart is Chidori. So, yeah. Of course, Azuma's team was actually fine and didn't actually die or anything. So, yeah. So, with that happening, what's it called? Azuma Uchiha team was fine and all. While Kakashi's team was kind of, well, not Kakashi, Minato's team was not fine. So, yeah. But with that happening, we go into, well, what's it called? After the Great War. So, of course, what's it called? Zakaren is kind of alive. And, of course, Kakashi's happy to find out his, well, youngest brother is still alive. And, of course, well, what's it called? The Uchiha that was kind of part of, what's it called, Zuma's team. He didn't die because, well, Zuma's actually pretty strong and able to use, what's it called, Susanoo and all that. So, yeah. But he isn't pretty fast. So, of course, what's it called? The Uchiha, he got one of his eyes plucked, but Zuma managed to kind of stab the person. But accidentally also destroyed the Sharingan from that kid. Of course, the kid only has one eye Sharingan. He is a full Uchiha, but he actually managed to unlock his MS. But his MS is kind of, well, he still kind of is trained with Zuma, trying to learn the Sharingan and all that. But yeah. Of course, we go into Ashira. Now, of course, Ashira and Azuma did kind of get married, like what's called Minato and what's called Kushina. But yeah. Of course, this is where we go into a time skip about when, well, Menma, who is actually from the Uzumaki and what's it called? Uzumaki and Namikaze is born, while Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto, Uchiha, Yuki, Hatake, and even what's it called? Kurama is born. Also Senju, and yeah. So yeah. Now, this is how Naruto looks like. He has white hair, red eyes, one black eye on the other side, but yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, what's it called? How should I say? So, with Naruto being born, he has white hair also instead of having black hair. So, of course, Ashira and Azuna was happy. So, Obito would still come and try to fight against Minato, with the Naruto still appearing and all that. Of course, Ashiro and Azuma wanted to keep it also secret, their marriage, and, well, not their marriage, but also their kind of family bloodline and all that. So, yeah. They have what's it called, well, I mean, not the family bloodline or anything like that, but keep, like, their father's secret and all that. so they wouldn't be targeted by the goddamn Kumo again. So yeah. So of course, they just named what's called Naruto Hokage. So yeah, since that's actually Naruto, Hokage, Kurama, and Yuki, instead of kind of naming him Uchiha and Senju. So yeah. So of course it's called Minato gets attacked by Obito still, because Obito's actually being worked with another Uchiha, because Black Zetsu managed to control this Uchiha instead of Madara. So yeah. Now, the Uchiha still kind of saves Obito from death and all that. So of course that will still kind of happen. But of course this is where we go into, Obito fighting against what's called Minato. So Minato still has to fight him. But this is actually where I'm going to leave it off, because I have to go do something. So yeah, I will come to do part 2 someday or whatever. But yeah. So bye, potato, and have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato.